Good evening, I'm Daniel Friend. This is Pulse Point News, where we bring you all the news that's fit to print, and some analysis that'll knock your socks off. Tonight's top story is the book Replaceable You, a story that asks the question, what if a surgeon could replace your human body parts as quickly and easily as one would replace a phone screen? Well, thanks to researchers worldwide, this may be feasible sooner rather than later. The author of the book is Mary Roach, who has no medical experience of her own, but she's fervently curious about the art and stories of these medical procedures. The work was published earlier this year, but the idea first sparked when Roach learned about super clean pig farms in China that are used for genetic testing on pigs. Their goal is to then use the genetically altered pig skin for human skin transplants. Roach hopes to gain readers interested in both historical and advanced alterations to the human body. This book is strictly informative, holding no bias on how to think of the subject. The subject of this book is the progress made by the medical industry worldwide in replacing parts of our bodies that you're better off leaving behind. If there is one word that I could use to wrap up Replaceable You, it would be curiosity, because the author keeps an open and interested mind throughout the entire book, and it carries through as you read it. For me, this book really hits because I have family members with joint replacements, and there are multiple chapters in the book that cover that subject. Mary Roach organized her novel this way specifically to focus on revealing the science of how it is possible to replace parts of the human body. On to Daniel for our next segment. Thank you, Daniel. Mary Roach asks a lot of questions. She includes lots of rhetorical questions to spark the reader's curiosity, similar to how she sparked her own. Not only that, but she will write hypophoras in order to mimic the questions she herself had asked to experienced doctors and locals who were directly affected by the subject. This allows her to share her feelings with the reader in a very smooth way most authors cannot do. She also makes a point to illustrate the exact emotions people feel after receiving or giving a replacement, which is close to indescribable. Luckily, Roach finds ways to show this by mimicking the repetition and confusion of days, with plenty of examples of epistrophe in her writing. The writer chooses to conclude sentences with variations of the same repeating ending, highlighting how these challenges are constant, persistent, and unresolved. The book contrasts the normalcy of the human body with the disturbing and bizarre nature of surgical interventions. Early in the book, Roach discusses ancient prosthetics like brass noses and teeth carved from all sorts of materials. Then shifts quickly to modern experiments like lab-grown stem cells. This juxtaposition contrasts new and old ways of medical science, showing the speed at which the science is advancing. The writer exposes how far human ingenuity has come, while also reminding readers that even the most futuristic solutions remain imperfect. Roach doesn't just record secondhand. By putting herself and the reader in these settings, she builds her credibility, as well as a deep trust with her audience. She interviews surgeons, researchers, and patients, building her explanations on first-hand experience rather than speculative claims. Like when she visited a kind widower and got strapped into an iron lung machine used to make polio victims breathe properly. It strengthens the emotional impact of the stories told and their significance. Back to you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you for exploring this new Mary Roach novel with me. The future of science looks to be ever growing, with no end in sight. Professionals speculate that in 70 years, we will have made a fully functional, man-made organ to replace one that has failed. But in the present, we take small steps every day to new, innovative ideas. From everyone here at Pulse Point News, stay safe, stay curious, and have a good night, folks.